it had just peaked at over 16,600, though I will say, as I'm sitting down now to record this video, the numbers are climbing above 16,000 once again, so there may be a new peak inbound from today. But to underscore the significance of this is more people than we had playing when the Battle for Brooklyn DLC released last year. Again, at least on Steam. I would say generally player trends on one platform are roughly representative of player bases on another, so we have to assume that engagement is up across the board right now. And if you go by the official numbers that we got from the Brooklyn launch, which we know saw the game hitting over 500,000 daily active users in total, the Steam numbers from that point in time reflect roughly 2 to 3% of that. So if you extrapolate, and do note this is a very rough estimate and likely not 100% accurate, but if you assume that Steam then accounts for, let's even say 5% of the total Division 2 player base, then that could suggest that we are seeing total game player numbers slowly climbing towards that 1 million count right now. Wild, right? Keep in mind, that is total speculation. It is likely not completely accurate, but the important thing to take away from here is that activity is booming for the Division right now off of this week's news. We've struck a very interesting moment right now where some competing looter shooters are having a bit of a downturn and slower times in terms of content rollout, so I'm sure that is a contributing factor. You've also seen some big content creators who normally don't cover Division diving in recently. That has put more eyes on us. So this is currently very much a lightning in a bottle moment. Will it hold? I'm not sure of these levels, but if this is the engagement that we are getting off of a roadmap reveal, imagine what things are going to look like once Year 8 actually arrives, once the incursion drops, once the DLC launches. I truly think that we have some bright times ahead, my friends, and I cannot wait for that next Ubisoft Investors Report to drop. Alright, and then last but not least, we have some small crossplay and PvP updates to go over. Undoubtedly, one of the most impactful announcements from Tuesday was the fact that crossplay is finally coming to the Division 2 in Year 8 after endless requests. And while many are excited, this did also raise some concern, particularly from the console and PvP crowds, as historically, introducing crossplay can negatively impact those areas due to PC users having better tools and performance at their disposal, as well as the higher rate of cheaters and exploiters that platform brings. I will say it didn't really help that the presentation went into minimal detail on these topics. It just said that crossplay and PvP improvements would come in Year 8 without any specifics. Fortunately, though, we got a tweet from Alex, who is the Division 2's game director, that hopefully will put some people at ease. He was responding to somebody who shares similar concerns for how this will impact cheating rates on other platforms, and he said, yes, you will be able to turn it off if you wish. Also, we recently hired a lead PvP game designer, and he is working on the balancing of PvP, as well as enhancing our tools against cheaters. So, on the one hand, it is great to have the confirmation that crossplay is going to be able to be disabled if you do not want it. That should help protect some of the console audience in those cases. But as a little bonus, we then get a PvP update, including the confirmation that the lead PvP game designer, which is a hiring and position that we have discussed in a number of past videos, has finally been filled, and that person is currently working on balancing updates and anti-cheat tool improvements. So between crossplay and PvP, those were two areas that got minimal details as to the plans for them back on Tuesday, so I really hope that this helps provide some clarification and reassurance. I, for one, cannot wait to see those balance patches start to roll out. Well, there you have it, everybody. That is all of the news to recap for today. You're now all caught up on all things Division, and you can head back in-game to grind the Anniversary Pass or die to fire yet again in realism mode. Don't ask, it's a sensitive subject for me. I hope you all enjoyed and found this video informative. Again, I just wanted to take the time to spotlight some of these things, as there's been so much happening this week, it's easy to miss it. At this point, I would love to get any and all thoughts that you may have about these stories. What are your predictions for Year 8 Season 1 given the teases that we've received so far? What do you think about the game hitting peak player counts, at least on Steam? Do you think that is carrying over to all other platforms as well? And a final reminder, go and watch that documentary. Seriously, it's worth it. But that is just about everything that I've got for today, folks. Thank you so much for coming by and watching, but until I see you next, Rogue Gold. Ow. Oh! We just got a Ravenous! Haha! I might not be friendly. Let's go.
Coming to the Division 2.
Let's go!
Oh, hey Dad, do you think you can help me study for my theoretical physics exam? Mr. Gordon, I don't suppose you could help me pry open this box. Actman, when are you going to review Half-Life?
Science fiction and video games go together like Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers. They're the two nerdiest things in the world besides anime. Good old science fiction films like Aliens would go on to inspire countless games across the world, including the legendary Half-Life. Hailed as one of the greatest video games of all time, this gem takes a spot in almost every list on the subject. It's been given over 50 Game of the Year awards. In his first adventure, Gordon Freeman cemented himself as an icon and kickstarted Valve's rise to stardom, spawning a franchise of several single and multiplayer expansions, some remakes, yet only one direct sequel, which is kind of strange. Half-Life is among the top 5 rated PC games on Metacritic. At one point, it even held the Guinness World Record for best-selling FPS on computers. Some even go so far as to say it's the most important shooter ever made. Holy head crabs, Batman! What a list of achievements! Rarely does the gaming community, and especially the internet in general, come together and unanimously agree on something. Because we're all supposed to hate each other. Remember, your subjective opinions are objectively incorrect. Half-Life 1 is awesome and everyone should play it. Thank you for watching this video. Now please direct your attention to the like button. Share this on MySpace, really helps me out, guys. Now some of you might be asking, Actman, why are you reviewing Half-Life, a 40-year-old game? Well, if you've played any shooter in the last 23 years, then it's time for you to pay some respects to one of the GOATs. Of course, you can't talk about how great Half-Life is without mentioning the
Hey everyone, Rogold here.
Here's how it works. FireChat connects our phones directly with one another. When two phones are less than 200 feet apart, they automatically connect. You don't need to do anything. Just leave Bluetooth and Wi-Fi turned on, even if you don't have a Wi-Fi connection. If there are more than two phones, they create a larger network. It's called a peer-to-peer mesh network. With FireChat, you can send both public and private messages through this new kind of network.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching today. My name is Daniel Schwartz, President and Founder of Design IT Solutions. For almost 20 years, we've been helping organizations protect from cyber threats and offering IT services. Today, I want to take you on a tour of the dark web, go over what information's out there and what hackers have, and how you can protect yourself. One of my passions is educating organizations on their cybersecurity deficiencies, what's missing, how they can improve, and helping them get there. But today I want to take you and show you the tools that
Hi, is your truck dead or your car dead? Well, I got the solution for you. If you're deader than a dick on Christmas Eve, this guy will get you going right here. Gotta take the little cocksucker out right there. Pop that little baby open. Just shove her in. It's real nice there. Put Pappuccino on red. Black goes to black. Hopefully in all cases. In all cases. And you just turn the on button there. If you don't see that right there, it means it's deader than dick. Ain't got 2 volts. So you gotta hold this 3 seconds. Oh, you hear that? It's starting up. And give her hell. Start it right up. Hey there. Here's another edition of Tips and Tricks with Knack. Now yesterday I showed you a little bit about this Nauco Boost Plus 60B. Kind of show you a little what comes in the little sack that comes on Amazon for that $99.99 on sale. You get a bag, get a little sack to carry your nuts. It takes about 3 hours for the initial charge, or the fucking kids need a charge. Sparkulator system. You got your USB in. Now for this one, this basically will start any car, truck, diesel, airplane mechanic, spacecraft, anything you'd want to do here. 3. And you get the sparkulator there. Has a USB out in case you need to charge your phone or other devices. We're 1000 amp. You get your device here, you just plug it over there. Hey there. Let's unbox this wagon. Get this goddamn wagon out here, and hopefully you're wanting to get your box out here. Get a little box after you unbox. Oh, I'll be dipped. It is already set up here. You throw that back in there. You are just ready to rock here. I can't freaking believe it.